Query coming in on our website now. Mrs. Alexander says that she sold her older house and bought another property with the gains. Now she bought the new property near her old building. So she's unhappy with this property, wishes to sell it and buy another home elsewhere Now she says that it's just been a year since she bought this second home. She wants to know if there is a 3-year lock-in period or if she can immediately buy another home. She also asks if she'll be penalized if she buys a new home before 3 years. Obviously, she wants to clarify her capital gains over here. What do you say, Suresh?
Yeah, so Mrs. Alexander, when you have sold your first house, you claimed the exemption under section 54, I presume, and that is how you have bought the property. Once you have claimed exemption, you have to hold the property for 3 years. If you sell before 3 years, then the cost of acquisition of your new property will be reduced by the exemption what you claimed. And there is another disadvantage of that, because your earlier property what you have claimed exemption would have been held for more than 3 years. So it would have been a long-term capital gain, and the tax rate which is applicable there is 20%, which is lower than the normal rate of 30%. But the new house you are selling within 3 years, and therefore any gain on that will be taxed at the rate of 30%. So basically you have to be very careful that do you really want to sell before 3 years. I mean, one more thing, since you have bought it just 1 year back, in case you have sold your first property in the last financial year, which is 15-16, and you have not yet filed your tax return, because the return will be filed on 31st July, you may decide not to claim the exemption at all. And for the second house you claim the exemption, whatever you want to buy now. So then that could be an interesting possibility. But if you have already claimed the deduction, then either you forfeit that exemption, or you will have to, or alternatively you will have to hold it or for entire period of 3 years.
So the last bit that you said, Suresh, is a very interesting solution, in fact. But what is the duration that she's allowed? She needs to buy it within that 1 year after selling the first property.
No. Basically section 54 allows you to purchase within 2 years of the sale of the previous property, or construct within 3 years.
Right.
So those are the time limits.
2 years.
So let's say, for example, she sold the house in, for example, April 2015. So it is subject to tax in the financial year 15-16, for which the return will be due on 31st July.
Right.
And if she has bought the new house within this year now, because she has just said it was bought about a year back, so then she may not claim exemption for this, and she may straight away claim for the second house now what she actually wants to buy.
Okay, so even if there is a paper trail that exists, which obviously would exist, it doesn't really matter, you're saying?
No, it doesn't matter, because you opted not to claim for the, basically in respect of the first house now.
So Mrs. Alexander, that is a fine, that's a wonderful solution there for you, where you can literally have the cake and the cake and the plate over here. Like Suresh just told you, what you could do if you've not already claimed exemption is hold on to that, don't claim exemption right now. Sell this, buy the new property and then claim exemption. But then when she claims exemption, she has to claim exemption on the first property, on the gains that she got for the first property. Yeah. Minus, basically gains will be minus whatever she's paid for the new property.
Whatever she'll be paying for the second property now. I mean, whatever after selling the interim property. So let's say initial property what she sold, then she had the, in terms of capital gains. Then the first property she bought which she doesn't want to hold on, she doesn't claim exemption for that. And the second property which now she actually wants to buy, she claims exemption for that. So just in case she has not claimed exemption, because the timing is such right now that last year's returns might not have been filed as yet. So there may be a small window of opportunity there.
So you have a window of opportunity over there. It's almost like the house that you don't like will not exist in terms of capital gains tax.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.